Hello and welcome. Our question is from Peter. Yeah, or Pete as we know. Hi folks. Hope all are well. Question for Dr. Ben, and it's probably been asked already. Yeah, but sometimes the answers change, so these are all right. In your expert opinion, could the SARS coronavirus 2 rear its ugly head again in the next few years, albeit slightly mutated, as is the case with flu viruses? Yeah, great question. Nobody knows the answer for sure, but signs are pointing to yes. The question is what exactly that's going to look like. And that's the thing that we're not going to know until we get there, I guess. So there are a lot more viruses similar to this that are out there, and this virus is still out there. um, by the first one, I meant that in the world there are a lot of very similar viruses. There's a wonderful paper that I'm going to do an update on in just a moment, and it features phrases such as 3,300 tons of rat meat per year. Just wonderful stuff. But anyway, what this shows is that the live animal trade, which is like, markets and selling animals and people making money and having food. Yeah, kind of basic stuff. They're actually tracking the spread of viruses from bats to other animals and showing that as you go along the trade from like the farm where they've got the animals to the market where they're going to sell them to people to the restaurant, the amount of some of these bat viruses that have jumped from bats to various other mammals tends to increase. And so it's showing a general trend that is what we've seen. And so that's what I mean by the first half of it, that, yeah, boy, there's a lot of viruses out there and something's coming back, but it's hard to predict. Well, it's impossible to predict exactly which version of this will come back. The other half of the answer, though, is that, yeah, the virus is still around. The virus is mutating. It's doing all kinds of weird and wonderful, and we're not quite sure what they mean sorts of things. The virus hasn't changed enough yet that it would require a different vaccine, or that it's split into strains that would be materially different enough. And what they do with things like the flu virus is they will assess each year whether or not the vaccine needs to be changed. Usually the answer is the vaccine does not need to be changed. That's something people don't often realize. Quite often, of the 4 components in the 4-component flu vaccine, you'll have at least 3 of them be the same from year to year. Some years they'll change up 2 in the same year, but it tends to be a very slow-moving change, and they only change when they have to. And the old vaccine strains do tend to give pretty good protection against new viruses for years and years, which is very nice for us, right? So yeah, if we get a vaccine that actually works against this coronavirus, it wouldn't be that hard to update it. So all the vaccine technologies that have been talked out are things that could be rolled out for a variant virus pretty easily. Right now, none of the vaccines actually is confirmed to work in people to the extent that it would be useful. So we got to wait for that, right? But yeah, other than that, it's not terrible. So I'm gonna do the rat meat one next. Yeah, stick around. I don't know if that's your thing. I didn't know it was my thing, but now it's my thing. Yeah. Thank you very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.